Okay, welcome to the deep dive. So if you follow the NFL even casually, you've definitely heard the name Travis Hunter lately. It feels almost unavoidable.
Absolutely.
Uh,
But so is all the noise around him, right? It happens every year with standout rookies.
Yeah, and with a guy playing both ways, offense and defense. The information overload is just massive. Is he all hype, or is he genuinely making history here?
Well, and it's a complicated time for the Jags, too. They're on that two-game slide. That Rams loss, 35-7, that was rough.
Oof, yeah.
So team results aren't great, but then you have Hunter hitting these individual milestones. First 100-yard game, first touchdown.
Right. So that's our mission today. We're going to try and cut through all that chatter, the box scores, the endless should he play offense or defense debates.
We'll get to the core of it.
Exactly. We're focusing on three specific crucial stats, the kind of numbers that really answer the big question. How is it even mathematically possible for one guy to be elite at two positions that demand such different skills and do it right out of the gate?
And what's interesting, maybe what gives this analysis some weight, is Hunter's own attitude about it.
Yeah, I saw that quote after the Rams game.
Even after hitting those marks, he was like, I ain't worried about the stats. We got to do better on the football field.
Mm.
He said he's just focused on his job, everyone doing their job, trying to get a win.
Which is exactly what you want to hear from a player, right? Team first.
Totally.
But for us, looking at the data, those stats he's not worried about, they actually reveal how he might be the key to getting those wins.
They show the unique value he brings.
So that's the plan. We'll look at his value on offense, then defense, and then sort of tie it together with overall efficiency. Starting with, well, what got everyone so excited in college? Making plays with the ball.
Okay, let's do it. Stat number 1, the playmaker. And we're measuring this with forced missed tackles, or FMT.
Oh, wait.
This stat basically tells you how good a receiver is at creating yardage all by himself after he catches the ball.
Yeah.
We all saw the college highlights, right? His reputation was built on that agility, that vision.
Oh, yeah, making defenders look silly. But the big question was always, okay, can that translate? Against NFL speed, NFL tackling.
Well, the early signs are pointing to a pretty emphatic yes.
Really?
Yeah, Pro Football Focus has him down for 9 forced missed tackles already this season.
9. Okay, that sounds decent. How does that stack up?
See, that's where it gets really interesting. 9 might not sound like a huge number in isolation, but the context is kind of spectacular.
Go on.
That number, 9, currently ties him for the second most among all wide receivers in the entire league.
Wait, second. As a rookie? Playing part-time offense.
Tied for second. He's generating what you might call instant offense purely through his own elusiveness at an absolutely elite rate already.
Wow. Okay, who's he tied with? That tells you a lot.
Right. Get this. Jamar Chase, Garrett Wilson, and Deebo Samuel.
Okay, stop right there. Chase, Wilson, Debo. Those are the guys for yards after catch. Elite playmakers.
Exactly. They are the gold standard for YAC. Their whole value proposition is built on breaking tackles, turning short catches into big gains.
But hang on a sec. Chase and Debo, especially Debo, they're built like running backs almost. They use power. Hunter's lighter, more slippery, right? So those 9 forced missed tackles, is that number, like, sustainable for him? Or could it be inflated by just a couple of really spectacular plays? Does his style maybe make that number a bit fragile?
That's a fair question, but I think it actually speaks to his specific skill set, like you said. It's slipperiness, it's agility, quick cuts, not just brute force.
Okay.
And I'd argue that is sustainable because it relies more on decisiveness, anticipation, contact balance, things that are more technique and processing than just raw power.
So mental and technical skills, not just physical.
Precisely. So the synthesis here, the takeaway, is that Hunter's value isn't just about securing the catch. It's about the almost guaranteed extra yardage he creates after the catch. He makes defenders miss, embarrasses them sometimes, forces defenses to rally multiple guys just to get him down.
Instant offense, like you said. That's undeniable value. Okay, so the offensive firepower is clear. But what about the other side? When they ask him to flip that switch, put on the defensive hat, be disciplined, reactive, how does that look? That's stat number 2, right?
Exactly. We got to flip the field now and look at his coverage efficiency. Now, you're right. The Jags have dialed back his defensive snaps a bit lately, probably just managing the workload.
Which makes sense for a rookie doing both.
Totally. But the snaps he is taking at cornerback, they're often high-leverage moments against really good players.
And the guys he's lined up against just in the last 3 weeks, it's kind of insane when you list them out.
Yeah.
They basically threw him into the fire. He's had significant snaps covering Travis Kelce, Xavier Worthy, Jackson Smith-Njigba and Devontae Adams.
Wow. Okay, that's a welcome to the NFL gauntlet right there. A murderer's row, like you said earlier.
Seriously, for in any corner, let alone a rookie splitting time.
It definitely shows the coaching staff has immense trust in him already. But, trust is one thing. Performance is another. Do the stats back up that trust?
That's the question. So stat 2. Passer rating allowed when targeted. How's he doing there?
Okay, get ready for this.
Yeah.
Over those last 3 weeks, against that level of competition we just listed,
Yeah.
Travis Hunter ranks number 11 out of 84 qualified cornerbacks in the league in passer rating allowed.
Number 11 out of 84, while learning receiver routes on the side.
Number 11. That kind of efficiency while juggling 2 completely different roles, it's almost unheard of. It's exceptional.
So what does that actually look like in terms of catches and yards? 11th is great context, but what's the output?
Okay, in that 3-week stretch, facing those elite guys, quarterbacks targeted him 7 times. He allowed only 3 catches for a total of just 25 yards.
3 catches, 25 yards on 7 targets.
Yep.
Against Kelce Adams, worthy JSN.
Correct. That means when opposing QBs or OCs decided to test Hunter, they were getting less than 4 yards per attempt, basically a wasted down.
Okay, so that's the strategic impact then. Throwing his way is, statistically speaking, a bad decision for the opposing offense right now.
Pretty much.
He's not just not a liability on defense. He's actually performing like one of the league's most efficient cover corners when he's out there.
Right. It confirms his defensive floor is already incredibly high. It forces coordinators to think twice, maybe look elsewhere, which potentially helps out the rest of the Jaguars secondary.
So he's providing high-level play in both phases. But how do we capture that overall impact, especially since his snaps fluctuate?
Exactly. We need a metric that kind of adjusts for usage because his role changes week to week.
Right.
And that brings us perfectly to stat number 3, which really gets at his overall offensive efficiency, yards per route run, or YPRR.
Ah, YPRR. Okay. Yeah, some people call that maybe the most important receiving stat there is.
It's definitely up there because it tells you how much impact a receiver is having on a per-play basis, regardless of whether he gets targeted 10 times or 2 times. It measures efficiency given the opportunity.
Gotcha. And how's he tracking there? Has it been smooth sailing?
Well, like most rookies, there was an adjustment period,
Yeah.
learning the NFL route tree, timing, all that. Earlier this season, weeks 2, 3, and 6, specifically, he actually had games under 0.8 YPRR.
Which is not great, right? For a primary receiver role.
Yeah, under 1.0 is generally considered inefficient. Below 0.8 usually signifies a pretty quiet or ineffective game from a receiving standpoint. So he had some bumps.
Okay, but you said this gets at his overall efficiency now, so there's been improvement.
Oh, yeah, big time. And this is where I think you get that aha moment. The growth just in the last month has been significant.
How significant?
He has posted his 3 best games of the season by YPRR all within the last month.
Against who? Quality of opponent matters there, too.
Absolutely. We're talking games against the 49ers defense, the Chiefs defense, and that recent Rams game we mentioned. All solid defensive units.
Okay, 3 best games in the last month against tough Ds. That's a strong trend.
But wait, there's a really important nuance, especially in that Rams game. In that Rams game, Hunter actually ran the most routes of his entire career so far. He was on the field for more passing plays than ever before.
Huh. And usually running more routes, doesn't that tend to decrease your YPRR? Because you're running more clear-out routes, or you're the 3rd or 4th option sometimes. More volume often hurts efficiency per route.
Exactly right. Increased workload, more decoy routes, it typically dilutes the metric. That's the common pattern.
But not for Hunter in that game.
Nope. His YPRR still soared in that Rams game, despite the career high route volume. It was one of his best efficiency marks of the year.
Wow. Okay, so what does that tell us?
It's basically statistical proof. It shows he's not just getting better, he's becoming more efficient in the passing game, even as his role expands and demands more of him.
So more work is actually leading to better efficiency, not worse.
Correct. The takeaway isn't just he's good, it's that increasing his workload seems to be actively making him a more impactful, high-output player per snap. His capacity for this high-level dual-phase contribution looks like it's actually increasing, not plateauing.
Okay, so let's put it all together then. What does this deep dive into these 3 specific stats really mean? We've got elite playmaking after the catch, tied for 2nd in the league in forced missed tackles. That's stat 1.
Instant offense.
We've got shutdown corner-level efficiency against top-tier receivers. Number 11 out of 84 corners and passer rating allowed recently. Stat 2.
Yeah, locking down his side.
And then stat 3, we have this rapidly improving overall offensive impact metric, yards per route run, that's trending way up even as they ask him to run more routes.
Right. Getting more efficient with more work.
So the big picture conclusion is...
The conclusion, I think, is pretty clear. He isn't just a guy filling 2 roster spots. He is bringing elite efficiency right now as a rookie to both sides of the ball.
Immediately impacting both offense and defense at a high level.
Yeah, which puts him in a really unique class. You're talking about comparing him to top playmakers offensively and top efficiency guys defensively, all in one player. His value truly transcends a single position because he's somehow mastering the elite skills required for both roles simultaneously.
And yet, like you mentioned earlier, his stated focus is just on winning games for the Jaguars.
Right. Team first mentality.
So given that mindset and knowing his individual efficiency in these incredibly demanding, distinct roles is actually increasing week by week, makes you wonder, doesn't it?
That's it.
Well, what historical precedent even is there for a player showing this kind of elite dual-phase efficiency right out of the gate? Is there anyone?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
It feels unprecedented in the modern era, certainly at this level, maybe some old-timers.
Right. And maybe the more pressing question for the Jags right now, sitting there on a losing streak.
Yeah.
If Hunter's dual-role efficiency is this high, this rare, maybe even unprecedented, what does that mean for their long-term strategy? Is finding the perfect balance for his snaps just about managing workload?
Or is it something more fundamental?
Exactly. Could optimizing his unique dual-threat efficiency actually be the key, maybe the only key right now, to breaking this losing skid and turning all these impressive individual stats into actual team wins?
How long until maybe the Jaguars realize his versatility isn't just some neat bonus, but potentially the actual foundation they need to build around for the future?
That is definitely something for you to think about until our next deep dive.